congratulations on the installment that you had here in LA over this last weekend. Um, art is like one of my most like interesting things to cover because it's so subjective. It's all based on the person, uh, and 3D art is difficult. Like it's a new it's emerging. It's groundbreaking. How do you get into that, and how do you like begin the process of creating something in 3D?
So I'm very interested with 3D work when I was young, and at that time, before I go to college, I didn't realize I will go that path, the three-dimensional art path. But during the study, I studied 3D design in undergrad school, and my professor Monica Correa, she gave me a lot of like guidance and hints, and I realized the reason I like 3D art is it will strongly touch people's sense with the space, and it will motivate us to explore the world more. The more we see, the more we get. So I always get deeply touched inside with the 3D art. So I after I graduate from Iowa, I continue study in Cranbrook Academy of Art to try to do more fine art, explore the inner myself with the 3D art piece.
Awesome. Creating a 2D piece of art is difficult.
It is.
And taking it to the 3D, and I saw you have even 4D pieces.
Yeah.
How do you begin to capture everything into like all these different dimensions?
Well, I think there's it's a little cliche, but I'm talking about my dream. Um, it's for me, it's hard to explain the work in my mind, even though I use my mother language. It's hard to speak out. But I found it's easier just show the work directly into people's face, and that way people can connect my spiritual world with my work. So my work is the medium, and I also like a challenge when I'm making the 3D art or 4D art. There's a lot of challenge I have to solve, even though a single screw. I still remember one day I spent 2 hours to get off a screw from the wall. That's nightmare, but still very like good experience to making art. So.
Having gone through art school for you, how do you separate what is the taught art to what is your created art and your selling art that you introduce into the world?
Because of the other art fair, it's my first time have the solo show. I will take this as solo exhibition because in the previous show, I'm more like a group show, and I through that I realized it's different with the art student and the artist. In the art school, I only have to accept those critiques and thinking about how to make my work better and without thinking other stuff. But for like this experience in the other art fair, it's my first time straightforward facing the art market and receive the feedback from audience, from the public, and it's very unique experience. No matter I receive some bad feedback and a lot of good feedback, but they are the guidance and direct find the direction to my next level, next art path.
Has there been any cultural barriers to you in creating the art and presenting it to in the U.S.?
Yeah, I feel the culture is different because I there's a combination. My undergrad professor, she's from Brazil, and my grad school teacher Carla, she's from originally from Italy, and I'm from China, and I study Western American culture art, and It's quite interesting.
With having so many different cultures involved into your creation, how do you mesh all that together and create something that is universal?
Well, I believe because the art itself is they will across the culture. It's if you see the art, you don't need to see the artist himself. You can feel the vibe, the atmosphere, the whole visual effects from the work itself. They will speak for you. They will directly speak in your head, in the audience head, without actually talk with the artist. So their influence is already inside of my work. So when um, the public see the three-dimensional work, they already know what's going on, and they already have the conversation when they have the first impression of the work.
Definitely. And with technology expanding the way it has and art being affected so much by technology, how do you use technology in creating your pieces?
Well, I it's I can't make work without technology. That's I studied 4D design in Cranbrook Academy of Art, which is my grad school, and 4D means they add time, the time changing with the work. So it's more like an installation, but with some technologies like projection mapping, like some Arduino coding stuff. Um, I believe the technology is stand for my eager to tracing perfect in my artwork. Because when you're making some art by your bare hand, you never get perfect circle or perfect curve. But with those technologies with computer, like I use CNC router to cut the wood piece. In that way, I can express my art very easily and pursuing like show my um, feeling about the perfect like I would say stats of the work. If I just do them by bare hand, the work not gonna be good.
Definitely. You talked a little bit about coding. Coding seems to have gotten into every aspect of the world. How proficient do you need to be in coding so you can do what you do?
Well, I think it's not the way I didn't create the new coding, but I will learn from the GitHub, and there was a lot of um, finished coding, and the only thing you need to do is you know what effect you want, and then you can get this function inside. Just grab the function inside of your work and combine them together. And I know there's a lot of installation they do huge difference when the work is 3D and 4D. I think it's great, like improve when the technology begins. Yeah.
How often do you start creating a new piece?
Well, I used for my newest work, the anchor one. It's a large piece, 4 foot by 4 foot, and it takes me 7 months to think about the work itself. Also, I have to consider the material and the piece, the type of wood I use, and then I use 2.5 weeks to finish the whole process. And I will say, because of this work, I spent so much time to thinking. That's why I have so great visual effects and spirit in my work. So I think like we can't ignore the thinking part, just jump to the building part, right?
Definitely. I've always said that good artwork takes a lot of time. You need to be as connected to the artwork as you are to anything else.
Yeah.
How
Actually, sorry.
connected do you feel to your artwork?
Yeah. And sorry, what? What's the question?
Connected do you feel to your artwork?
I will just go simple. The artwork is my heaven, and they are, for me, they are comfortable. When I dream in my artwork, they are in a small room, and those art pieces around me and protect me and make my mood become better and better. But when I back to the reality, those street table, those like something designed by others, it bothering me a lot because they are not my work. That's so-called the reality, but it's not my place. I want to create a place that belongs to me, and I want to give this word to the public or other people who also have the same aesthetic and also like my place.
Definitely. And since this artwork takes a lot of passion, a lot of your interior mood, how do you handle your mental health? What do you do in order to like relax and just continue on with your day?
Well, I think I didn't do a lot relief thing. Actually, there's two way I keep my mental health. One is talk a lot about kids, because right now I'm a part-time teacher. It's a part-time teaching artist for after-school kids, and every time I teach them, I do art teaching, and I play. When I mention play, it's more like play with the work with the kids, the artwork, and I teach them some basic knowledge about sculpture, and they will build some stuff, origami thing. And in that way, when I see their creativity and talk with those naive kids, I feel mental get healed. And another way is when I stay in my studio, I will fully focus on the piece, and when I process it, like sanding or cut the piece, I will easily into my mental will into a workflow. And for example, when I start at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and when I realize everything's done, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. So
Yeah.
I feel after finish everything, I feel a lot accomplishment, and it's very good for my mental health.
So does it takes a lot of time to create a great work of art. Does it ever feel like a daunting task, or are you just always that at that point where it's very therapeutic?
Sorry, what's the question?
Does it ever feel daunting? Does it ever feel like it's just a piece of work that you're doing, or are you always at that point where it's relaxing, it's therapeutic?
Definitely not. As I said before, there's a lot of challenging I'm facing when I create work, because before the work is done, I never know where direction it goes, and even myself, I don't know what's this work will exactly looks like, because it's, for example, the work in my spiritual words, I will rate them 10, and I never know the work I build in the real world, how it gonna get that level. Probably sometimes it's 6 or even worse. I just try my best, and when the things goes wrong or goes some bad, I will feel very disappointed on myself. That's where my mental problems coming are. But I will record this. I will document every process, and do better next time, and just try to get rid of regrets feelings. It's really affects my state to making next piece.
Definitely. And are you able to talk about where we can see your artwork next?
Well, there's a solo show in Los Angeles on November the first week, and probably I will bring more works. It's my first official solo show there in Yiwei Gallery. It's it's in Bikini Street. So Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I will try to make it out there. Hopefully, I get to see you in person. Your artwork is amazing. I've searched you up, and I'm really fascinated with a lot of the stuff you do.
Thank you. It's very beautiful.
Congratulations, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.